Hello everyone, this is Pakshta Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Have a look at me. I'm wearing the semi-coat. I attached the lining with interlining to it off the camera. Have a look at it. The coat is very comfortable. The interlining did not affect the weight of the coat. I remind you that we stitched the interlining to the lining. We also cut all the extra pieces of the interlining from the seams. Due to this fact, the seams are thin and soft. The coat is very comfortable. Today I'm going to show you how to make a stand collar for a coat. I'm going to show you how to draw, cut and tack it. The most important thing is that I'll show you how to attach it to the coat. We can do it the way we usually do. The seams would be too thick and strong in this case. I'll show you what to do. First, I need to decide on the size of the stand collar. To do that, I need to measure the neckline first, from the button stand to the back neckline. 39 centimeters. I think that 38 centimeters would be enough. This is going to be a very beautiful, wide stand collar. The size of the collar stand depends on the width of the neckline. I remind you that you can make a neckline of any width and shape you want. In my case, the half of the stand collar will be 38 centimeters wide. I'll draw it about 15 centimeters down from the edge. I need to draw a line at the right angle towards the fold. Have a look here. This angle is right. I need to measure and mark 38 centimeters here. In my case, this line should be 38 centimeters long. Next, I need to draw a short, 3.5 or 4 centimeters long line here. Divide the first line in half by side. And next, connect these two points with a smooth round line. Start going up from the very beginning. Watch how I'm drawing it. This is how the line looks like now. I don't need this part anymore. I need to check if the length of the line is accurate. It should be 38 centimeters long. I think that I made it 1 centimeter longer by making it round. Right. This is where the point 38 centimeters is now. I drew the 38 centimeter long line, then a short 4 centimeter long one up from it, and then connected these two points with a smooth round line. Next, I need to draw a line up from this point. I need to draw it at the right angle towards this one. I want the stand collar to be about 8 centimeters wide. 8 centimeters here, here, 8 centimeters here, and here, 8 centimeters here. These measurements do not include the seam extensions. This is how the stand collar looks like now. This angle is right. You can make it round if you want. You can put a thimble here and outline it. The angle will look very beautiful. This is a very useful technique. I'm not going to make a right angle here. I just wanted to show you the technique. I think that it looks very beautiful now. I can start cutting the stand collar. The width of the seam should be 7 millimeters. Forget about the wide seams. Okay, let's make such angle. Notice that it's just slightly round. Do not forget to add 7mm seam extension here as well. When making stand collars, you don't need to think about any other details. Svetlana will help me. She's cutting the second stand collar, which is even to the first one. We'll show you what we need it for. Next, we need to cut the interfacing material and go to the ironing desk. We are going to double just one layer of the stand collar. It should be doubled just like the facing. Svetlana is cutting the interfacing material. Let's go to the ironing desk to double the details. Watch the way Svetlana is working. Iron the details gently first, and then press them harder. Next, we need to trim the edges. When we do it, we'll continue working with the stand collar. Be very careful and attentive. Cut all the extra pieces and make sure that you don't cut too much. Next, we need to pin the details. Start and stop stitching 7mm away from the edges. Svetlana drew the two marks with a pencil. The width of the seam should also be 7mm. Be very attentive with stitching the round angles. We show you very useful techniques. I want you to be able to sew clothes of a very high quality. I remind you that the width of the seam should be 7mm. Stop stitching 7mm away from the edge. Notice how careful Svetlana is. She is using the hand wheel when stitching the angles. I remind you that we should stop and start stitching 7mm away from the edges. Draw tiny marks in order not to make mistakes. Svetlana is showing you what to do next and how to make the angles look good when you turn them right side out. Svetlana is making tiny notches on the angles. Watch what she is doing. Let's move on to the second angle. Next, we need to cut one of the sides of the seam. Watch what Svetlana is doing. The two sides of the seam should be of different width. Both sides of the seam were 7 mm wide after stitching. We need to make one of the sides tighter for the seam not to be too thick when we turn the detail right side out. Next, we need to turn the detail right side out and start taking the seam for the ironing. Have a look here. Make cuts in the points where you started and stopped cutting. This is how it should be done. When you turn the collar right side out, this small detail should be placed this way. We're showing you how to make a stand collar very thoroughly. I try to show you something new and interesting in every video. We're taking the seam in order to iron it accurately. Notice how the angle looks like. I think that it's very beautiful. We need to tack the whole seam this way. When we do it, we'll go to the ironing desk to steam it. Do not forget to check if the details are accurate. That's it. Let's go back to the table. Do not forget to trim the details after stitching and ironing. Svetlana is making the stand collar 8 cm wide. All the extra pieces should be cut. We can start cutting now. Have a look here. I remind you that we made 2 cuts at the points where we started and stopped stitching the collar. We had turned these tiny details this way, and we didn't tack them. They should be cut next. This side should be absolutely straight when we do it. This is very important. Do the same thing on the other side. The edges look very beautiful. Have a look here. There are no extra pieces in these details. One side will be attached to the neckline and the other to the facing. The seams will be very soft and beautiful. This technique is very useful. The stand collar is ready. Next, I will show you how to attach it to the coat. Today we showed you how to draw, cut, double, stitch, and iron the stand collar. The techniques we showed you are very useful. That's all for today. I hope that you like my tutorials. Let's be different and beautiful every day. We're Irina and Svetlana. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share videos, press a like and the bell buttons. I really need your support. Thank you. Goodbye.